Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the 4K digital director's cut version of Dr. Sleep. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. You can also find me over Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Movie Guy 365, as well as over at the Disney Magic Hour podcast. I will leave a link for that in the description. Okay, the director's cut of Dr. Sleep, currently available on 4K digital from iTunes and from VUDU. I'm going to go ahead and review the picture quality and the audio, but first I just want to quickly touch on the director's cut version. I'm not going to go over specifics exactly, but I think comparatively to the theatrical cut that we saw in theaters, I think it's definitely worth checking out. It clocks in, I believe, at 183 minutes total, and for me, I think it makes the movie inherently better. So absolutely check that one out, and also be of note that while we are getting a physical release of the 4K theatrical cut, which will include a Blu Ray of the director's cut, that will not be itself, as I just said, in 4K. So if you want the 4K edition of the director's cut, the only way you can get it is through the digital. So you have to redeem your code through the physical release, or just buy it outright from either iTunes or VUDU. Also, I want to make a special note that as of this recording, I attempted to review the film digitally on iTunes as the director's cut. There were some audio issues. I think that's something that's going to be fixed. It is definitely off in some way. Like there was just weirdness going on in the overall audio setup. But when I switched over to VUDU and utilized that cut, it worked over fairly nicely. So we're gonna just keep that in mind, and just be aware that the digital version currently works better over on the VUDU platform, but they will fix it, I believe, over on iTunes. All right. So let's jump into the picture quality. Now, as far as the picture quality goes, it utilizes a Dolby Vision 4K image. And I think for the most part, since it is inherently a darker kind of film, while there are some daytime scenes, it's never an overly bright experience. There's a level of clarity that looks really nice. But for the most part, it relies heavily on black levels and detail for, as far as the aspects of the film go. Now, while the opening shot of the past, where they feature Danny as a boy and his mother, that's a very nice, bright kind of scene. But for the most part, the daytime scenes are treated nicely, but it's not exceptionally like revelation as far as daytime. I think it's just more of a director intent. It has less to do with the picture quality, but just be aware there's black levels look really good here. I did run across a few issues of compression, and it did kind of take me out just a little bit of macro blocking, and I think that's just the nature of digital streams. That's something that we all kind of expect at this point, but it was never a crystal clear image throughout the presentation. I don't know if that was because of utilizing a VUDU stream as opposed to iTunes, but yeah, in this case, it's definitely one of those aspects where you just should be aware of it, since there are a lot of black scenes, dark scenes in this film. Just make sure you're in it as best as you can get it. That will help with things, but I did notice it in quite a few instances here. Now, I would expect that if we were getting a 4K physical copy, those issues would probably disappear, but unfortunately there's only going to be a standard Blu Ray. But for the most part, I think it's very nice image. Detail oriented, looks really good. Costuming, just general aesthetics, locations, especially when they go back to like the spoiler Overlook Hotel, and it looks great. It really does. Like, there's a lot to enjoy here. I think there's a fair amount of detail. I didn't have any issues whatsoever in that aspect. So overall, picture quality, I think, is very good in this director's cut. Audio-wise, we're giving it Dolby Atmos, and I think for the most part, it's a very lively track. There's a lot going on. It relies a lot on ambience, and there's a very front-heavy section as well. It sounds good. LFE kicks in at appropriate levels. There are moments, when the abilities are being used by the various characters throughout the film. The Overlook itself has some good oomph to it, so you feel that there. And just, dialogue coming through the center channel sounds really good and clear. And the surrounds and the height speakers sound really good. There's a lot going on, particularly in your surrounds. As I mentioned, ambience and a fair amount of action scenes. And once again, like when the supernatural aspects kick in, it utilizes those rears fairly nicely. The height speakers sound good. There's a few things here and there that kick in. You do notice them if you're paying attention, but they give you that overall epic kind of sound stage. So it's a really good feeling kind of overall presentation as far as audio goes. So I'm going to go ahead and give the picture quality of the director's cut of Dr. Sleep a B+. I think that it's really good. It unfortunately does have a few compression issues, but really I think if you're just kind of, you know, not really, you know, if that thing kind of bother you, I don't think you really have anything else to worry about in this presentation. Picture quality looks really good to me. Audio-wise, I'm also going to give this one a B+. It's not a demo-worthy audio mix, but it does plenty here, and I think there's a lot going on. Everything from surround sounds to your fronts to even your height speakers have something to do. It's a really good overall mix. So that's my review of Dr. Sleep, the director's cut on 4K digital. Let me know in the comments below if you had a chance to check it out and what your thoughts were. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I'll put out videos every single day. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.